O all-knowing, O generous provider, O Lord. So how are Ninjago videos made after so many Ninjago stories? Ninjago, are you a story? Where's the Ninjago story? I decided to bring Ninjago out from under the rug. And for this big comeback, make sure to subscribe and like. Anyway, someone is coming back to Ninjago with difficulty. I swear to God, I need some support before I lose hope in myself. After defeating Imperium City, the ninja joined Ras and the scientists to form a team, as I mentioned before. They won't fix things, and it's only getting worse. While they were heading to the temple, Ras said that this temple is from his original world, before the merging, something like that. Supposedly, no one can open this temple at all because it's sealed with magic that can't be broken except under one condition, which is that it can only be opened with a dragon source card. And that's something impossible until Ras managed to get some energy from a dragon, the source that's in Imperium, and he was able to get that energy. He opens the temple with the scientist, enters the temple, and walks until he reaches a disc. He tells the scientist, whose name is Zerokisia. Anyway, I'll call her Zero. That means when the moon turns bloody, when it becomes red, by using this disc, he'll be able to gather all the evil powers from all the merged worlds. And then he'll have the strongest dark power with him. But he calls a friend of his, and we don't see who it is. The ninja is with Wildfire and Sora, while Iran and Rico are saving the city from chaos. And when they return to the training center, we notice that Lloyd is exhausted and not himself, and he keeps doing strange things, and that's because Lloyd, he has nightmares every time he tries to sleep. A bloody figure and soldiers with similar heads chase him, and he sees the ninja defeated. He wakes up terrified and can't sleep, so he's exhausted. Honestly, neither can I. Picture: Iran is invited by a junk shop owner who tells them someone broke in yesterday. When asked if anything was stolen, she says no, but someone searched through her things. Strangely, it wasn't just her shop. This person broke into several junk shops in Ninjago. It's like they're looking for something specific. And Iran says that something really is wrong. So they go out at night with him and spy around the city at the junk shops to catch this person. And they actually find a person standing at the door of a junk shop, trying to get in. They say he won't be able to get in without breaking the door. But it turns out that this person is Said, the master of smoke. Suddenly, he uses his power to enter through the door with ease. And if you didn't notice, that's Ras's friend whom he summoned. Anyway, after a while, Syed, the master of smoke, comes out holding a hammer and says, "Finally." And it's clear that this is the thing he's been looking for all this time. Sura, Aaron, and Raya surround him, demanding he surrender. Syed, the master of smoke, laughs and reveals two of Ras's soldiers at his side. He skillfully controls smoke. He's about to attack Sura and Aaron, and they can't beat Syed, the master of smoke, like this. But they want to take the hammer before it reaches Ras, because as long as Ras wants it, he'll use it for evil. After some fighting, Lloyd steps in to help. But as soon as he sees Ras's soldiers, he remembers his dream and can't move from his place. Then, Syed al-Dukan throws smoke at them and escapes with the soldiers. Ras with the hammer. So, why does Ras even want this hammer? We see Ras holding the hammer in front of his soldiers. Then he strikes a disc with it. And as soon as he hits the disc, his soldiers become much stronger. It's clear that the axe has fallen on the head. Literally, we see this in the Kingdom of Clouds. The people meant to write the future suddenly find their pen won't work. They try to understand why until their elder arrives, saying this is an unprecedented disaster, even though the pen isn't recording it. It's on its way, and before he finishes his sentence, he and his soldiers attack the Kingdom of Clouds. And the writers say, "Summon Euphrygia." And that's the Lady of the Winds we saw last season, in case you don't remember, to protect them. At the training center, Lloyd tells the ninjas about his recurring dream, which is actually a vision. They need to learn Ras's plans for the hammer, so Sora, Aaron, Lloyd, and Rin visit the junk shop where Lady Smoke stole it to question the owner. The king initially refuses to help, but the ninjas sneak onto the roof and overhear him talking to a snake named Handro, saying he pretended not to know about the hammer and fooled the ninjas. They notice the place where Handro is speaking from, so they go there and start searching for the villain. But Handro, the foolish girl, accidentally reveals herself while trying to hide, and she tries to confuse the ninjas with her words and escape, but the ninjas corner her with their questions. They ask her about the hammer. Handro tells them that the radiation, she says that the hammer is called the iron hammer, or the hammer of destruction and radiation. She says that when someone strikes a certain disc with this hammer, their power appears and they become much stronger, losing the last bit of goodness inside them. And they learn all the forbidden fighting techniques. And that's just a single hammer strike, like we saw with Ras when he struck the disc, and his soldiers' eyes lit up at that moment. The ninjas return to the training ship and find that Africa has come to them. She tells them about the disaster that happened to the Cloud Kingdom, that when Ras attacked them, they summoned Africa to fight him. Although she's the mistress of the winds, Ras's soldiers are much stronger, even without Ras using the hammer, showing their natural strength. Ras, the mistress of smoke, and Xeroxia defeat her, prompting her to seek help from the ninjas. And the ninjas don't hesitate and go with her to the Cloud Kingdom to see what's going on, sneaking into the Cloud Kingdom. They see the people who write the future being forced to do so under the threat of Ras's soldiers, but they're writing in a strange language. Koi sneaks up on a soldier and frees the chief scribe, who says that after Ras defeated them, he took his disc to the library. When the chief scribe tried to stop him, since the library is very important, Ras ordered the worms there to attack. Only his soldiers, except for him, enter it. At that moment, Ninja asks the chief scribe about the Bloody Order, and he tells them it's something very rare, and it happens every 4 centuries, and at that time, there's an evil ritual to revive the 5 forbidden ninjas. They ask the chief scribe, who are the 5 forbidden? He answers them. The 5 forbidden are masters of the elements from thousands of years ago, and they discovered an evil power that possessed them and destroyed everything in their path, and none of the other element masters could stop them at all. A magical power from the east stopped them and banished them beyond the worlds, forbidding the evil power the 5 discovered along with their teachings. However, Ras seems intent on bringing them back, and if Ras succeeds, the Bloody Order will once again become unstoppable. We know that the ninja will try to stop them. When they get close to defeating him, Ras will defeat them and bring back the Forbidden 5, who will wreak havoc everywhere, until, with the power of love, honesty, and the troublemaker of destruction, the ninja will win. I'm sorry I spoiled the season for you, but I've already figured out where this show's going. The key point is the ninja is talking with the head writer in the Sicky Mickey. They find soldiers with revealed faces. Lloyd recognizes them from his vision and is shocked but overcomes his fear, attacks with the ninja, and they fight back. At that moment, they clash, and the soldiers flee with the ninja in pursuit until they encounter soldiers before Ras, Xeroxia's minister. Ras strikes his disc with a hammer, causing the soldiers' eyes to glow and claws like wolverines to emerge, making them extremely strong and unstoppable. Let me tell you what they do to the ninja. They gang up on them and beat them up badly. Seriously, the ninja got totally destroyed. Ras doesn't stop there. He tells Sayed Eldokan to attack them. But because he's stupid, he gets defeated easily. He even puts on a mask similar to Ras's soldiers, and with the first plan, when he uses the hammer, his eyes start glowing too. They literally fly and attack the ninja with incredible force. It turns into a fight like they've never seen before. All the ninja attack him together, but they can't even touch him. And the hammer and the disc are actually one. But is this one of the 5 forbidden teachings that Ras discovered? When the ninja realize they can't beat the soldiers, they say, "Cloud Kingdom, we're running for our lives." They put their robes' edges in their mouths and run. The ninja return to the training center, defeated, and sit to reflect. How are we going to defeat Ras now? They're all forced to sit, training and breaking a lot of things, except for Lloyd, who sits meditating for hours, trying to clear his mind and find a way to defeat Ras. But he hears the sound of a fly, gets annoyed, and says, "Guys, did anyone hear me? Hey, master! Hey, the first master! Hey, son! What, guys, what's going on? Where are you, you lazy bones?" The source, Adele, and you? Then he finds a bunch of lazy bones. Tiny as flies, they descend from the sky, circle him, and then enter him. Suddenly, Lloyd wakes up in another world before the lazy bones. The source keeps insulting him, saying, "We don't help humans, you bad kids." Honestly, they're right, but also lazy. The source Lloyd saved defends him, saying he's special. "Because Lloyd freed me, I owe him and must help defeat Ras." The lazy bones source agrees, and they hide a strange power in Lloyd. Lloyd then sees a vision of a fortress, a dragon, and a well. He wakes up in the training center, confused. He sits, then sees the picture and Irene approaching, and what he understood is that There is an old master somewhere who can help them and teach them, and he will help them defeat Ras until the boss arrives. The master, that is, if he's still alive at all. But the question here is, who is this master? And how will Lloyd find him? And he actually doesn't know anything about him except for a few visions? That's what we'll find out in the next parts. That's it. Today's summary is over. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I'm Rasha Ali Shra, the second Jaik Cheer, and this was a story with Haduda. And that's the end of the story.